and of course and when it came to front the short Lord, we demolished he. Now it's clear to me that Calypsonians prayed me a motley, whose government hasn't addressed crime and violence through the years. And now they're at funerals, shedding Hollywood-style tears. They take we land and give it away to them Africans, but can't find any to give we people who still slaving on plantations. So get serious, Calypsonians, get serious. La da da da, la da da da. Calypsonians, get serious.
Well, I tell you,
commentary will be poor once the BLP in office.
We have the man himself right here.
Afraid of me, I'm getting handouts from her government. That is why
we have the man right here with us. Calypsonians, get serious. Listen, that's a sweet, 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 sweet melody. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like your mom lashing you. You remember back in the day, Mr. Spencer, your mom lashing you and telling you how much she loves you. I'm doing this because I love you. And thinking when you finish getting the lashing, you want something to eat. This is how this melody seemed to us. You're lashing them, you know, but it's just sweet. It's just sweet. Good night, Mr. Spencer. How are you?
Good night. I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I am doing great. It is great to see you tonight, sir. Great song. And I know you were listening, at least towards the end there, you would have heard the ruling against Miss for Mr. Rickford Burke, who they were trying to extradite from the US. Right, you heard all of it. And as a Calypsonian, you know, there's that fear about defamation and then, you know, they're coming with this cybercrime bill and all of that. As you listen to Mr. Burke, what was going through your mind?
I didn't hear a whole lot of it, but what he was saying, it sounded quite frightening. You know, the message that he was sending, how they were trying to extradite him to Guyana. I mean, is that what the Caribbean has come to now politically? Sad. It's sad. Unfortunate. It's most unfortunate.
Yes, it is. Now, I want to say that since you came on the show, Mr. Spencer, and not just the show, even before the show, you have been laying it on the Calypsonians and saying to them, be true, be Calypsonians, be activists who, you know, be the activists that you're supposed to be. And we're seeing something happening. There's a movement, there's a little something going on. And I don't know if Dave have some of those songs. We listen to a little bit of the chorus or the verses of some of those that are seeking to really be that voice of the people and to speak to the government, to speak truth to power. Do you, in your estimation, think that some of the Calypsonians are now trying?
That's a question to me?
Yes, to you, yes.
Oh yes. I'm hearing a different treatment with songs, but it's bound to happen. You can't sing about the moon and stars forever. So this was bound to happen. There's so much going on in the country that, you know, you as a writer, you would have to take notice at some point. So this is the point right now. I've been listening to the radio quite often, and I'm hearing songs now that are dealing with the issues. Yeah, not in a apologetic language, but in the language that we have known social commentary across the Caribbean to be. So I'm always happy to hear songs that lend some kind of historic significance and importance to the calypso, because we this with this music we should always be able to look back down the road and know or get a little glimpse into
Mm-hmm.
what was taking place in a particular island at a specific time. That's what we do as composers of social commentary.
Yes, yes. Now, you said the last time we were here that one of the reasons you believe, your opinion, of why the Calypsonians were not writing about the issues in Barbados and not criticizing the current government. It's your in your estimation, you felt that some of them were afraid of the Prime Minister Mia Mottley.
Yeah, and it's in the song Get Serious. Yeah, they're
You
afraid.
and so if that is the case, why are they now? Why are we now here? Look at we just saw Spot the Light on here. Dave just showed that where we heard Classic came up with Spot the Light. Is it that he's no longer afraid of Mia Motley?
Well, he never was really. He never was. But if persons are trying to protect their bread and butter,
Bread and butter.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
their livelihood, so that is the end result of what they are writing. Um, the government has reached out to a number of people in many different ways. Um, Reached out to people that we know about, that the public knows about, and some that the public doesn't know about, to
Mm.
do different things on its behalf. So that's
Ah,
what we get. That's what is
but
coming
let
out
me.
of the music.
So you said bread and butter. Let's break that down. Let's break that down because this is you're in the artist world and calypso, you're in that world. What does that look like? You said some of them they're afraid about their bread and butter. They want to make sure that they have bread and they have butter on the bread. Okay, so
Yeah.
break that down for me. What exactly does that mean?
Well, if you are if you were hand if an individual has been approached or handpicked to function on behalf of the government, to be a spokesperson
A
at, may,
spokesperson.
at maybe at community level, you
Uh-huh.
wouldn't get you wouldn't get certain types of comments or issues being dealt with in the work of that person or those persons. But the way I've always looked at it is this: if you have a business
Uh-huh.
that can only thrive when a particular political party is in office, something is either wrong with your business model, something is wrong with your product, something is wrong with what you are doing. If your business is good, if what you are offering the public is good, then you survive under any administration. I have
I
been a
see what
vo-
you're saying.
I have been a vocalist under all of the prime ministers in Barbados. I've never been without work. And if you are talented, I we are at a point where talented, educated people are singing some songs that you wonder if they care about Barbados.
Mm,
When
mm.
when when you when you analyze the song, what is this? I mean, like, where were you during the past 10 months of the year? Where were you? Where were you since last crop over? There's one thing after the other, one after the other, happening in the island, and there's nothing you can find to write about it. But another issue is that we like to, our writers like to, the best way we can put it is run behind topics. Run behind topics. I simplified means um, you write about the issue that was, to your mind, the most outstanding for the year, for the
Okay.
past since. So, all right. For example, I've heard at least 4 songs dealing with regathering. Um, in some way or the other. But even if this song title isn't regathering, and you have most of your chorus lines dealing with regathering, to the listener, it's a regathering song.
It's like it's almost like it's supporting regathering.
Yeah, well, not necessarily, but
Not necessarily, but that's how
not
you hear it.
you hear regathering, regathering.
Mm.
So that's what I call running behind the topic.
Running behind. So can I ask you a question there? Do you think that the writer on this same issue of bread and butter, because you broke it down for me, you only mentioned one way that they get the bread butter or they get bread is by being a spokesperson at a community level. They're handpicked, okay? But do you think that sometimes these artists, these Calypsonians, might cleverly do something like that to get in the good books of the powers that be, so that they might get handpicked for something?
Oh yes, oh yes. Lots of people do that. Yeah, that generally is the way a lot of people have been operating. But then again, but we have to realize that most a number of these people are really they prefer to be called artists rather than calypsonians. A number of them just don't like the name, just don't like the
Calypsonian.
title calypsonian.
So hold on a
It
minute. Why don't they like the name Calypsonian? What is it? What's the difference in your mind?
because of what it represented years ago. Um, the mindset is that a calypsonian is not um, is not a title that's younger folks want to have. It's a name. It's a title for old people. It's a
Ah,
title for people, uneducated people. It's people. It's a title for people without a profession. Um,
wow.
there is a politician who I can't say, I wouldn't say knows me well, but I find that he start, and I had to laugh. He started. He used to call me by my name, either Colin or Spence or Spencer. But some he was involved with some political maneuverings, I may say, and ever since then, whenever he sees me, he calls me Calypsonian, and I smile. So I smile because it comes across to me that in his mind, this name Calypsonian is some derogatory title. So I smile at that. I have the same house that these professionals have. It's probably bigger than theirs. So I when they use this, when he to be specific uses his title to address me, I just smile because it's stupid. It's quite dumb.
And you think that they are trying to use it in a derogatory manner,
Yeah.
Yeah. But for us, I mean, when the history of Calypsonians really is that they were the activists of our time.
Oh
You
yes.
know,
Oh yeah.
they were that's something that they should be proud of it.
Oh
as
yes.
as somebody put here, classism really is what they're trying to push here. But the Calypsonian was the that person. Listen, if we had great Calypsonians, we would need the show. If you understand what I'm saying, you know that, Mr. Spencer. If
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
great Calypsonians like Bag and all of them were at it, and Gabby and all of those that are not writing that way anymore, if we had them, we need a show. Thank God for people like you, who every single year, at the expense of winning the crown, you advocate on behalf of the people. And you were talking about bread and butter. There's some things that you when you're writing, you might miss. You might never be chosen as a spokesperson from the government, of the government. What else? What are some of the other things that you might miss if you write the way that you, as a Calypsonian, you should write? What are some of the other things that you would miss? You could possibly miss.
Well, me personally, I don't miss anything. Um,
Hmm.
I'm a
Well, some of
vocalist.
them, some of the others.
Um, People, artists are looking for gigs at shows. People want
Gigs.
to gigs overseas, invited to certain types of functions. Um, those are the things that some people seem to be very interested in,
Hmm.
rather than being part of not a movement, but being part of the voice of the messenger that we have traditionally been. And for me personally, that is important, because I have always said that there is as much history and knowledge on the shelves of radio stations as there is at the University of the West Indies.
Yes. Yes, I see, Mr. This is excellent what you just said there. Very powerful statement. I see Kid Site, David Piggott, and I'm sure I sent him the link. I'm sure I sent Kid Site the link. He probably was not available. I know sometimes they have rehearsals and so on. But Mr. David Piggott, one of my absolute favorite persons in the world, is saying that Calypsonian is a social commentator,
Yes,
historian, a
yes,
storyteller. But
yes,
now many are just singers, which is what they just want to be called artists,
yes.
because they don't want to be able to carry out what it is that they're meant to do. You see,
Mhm.
that is the thing there. Go ahead, Mr. Spencer.
No, that's what Said said is correct, and he's one of the few people that I have conversations with about calypso. There are very few people that I can have a real heart to heart, knowledge based conversation with, about calypso. He is definitely one. Serenada is another one. You know, Black Pawn is one. Yeah, there are not a lot of people. Stetson, I've had several conversations with him about calypso, but it's limited the number of people that you can, because even people who aren't involved, directly involved, seem to still be somewhat afraid to discuss calypso. It's reached an unfortunate stage.
Yeah. You know what's going in my mind, Mr. Spencer, and I'm just going to share the idea. It's been in my mind. I haven't even shared it with Dave for a couple of days now. I would like for us to use this show and for us to make our own vote. We make our own. We the loyal opposition. We vote for those calypsos that are that are where they're actual calypsos, where they who the calypso that I'm still formulating it in my head, but the calypso that we believe is telling the story, where Mr. Piggott have the social commentator, the historian, the storyteller, right, and who is advocating on behalf of the people, being an activist, the most activists. Dave will help me with
Mhm.
it. Calypso. And we vote on it at the end of July. We come on,
Mhm.
we put it, we do it online. We, the loyal opposition, the Marcia Week Show, we will put it on the YouTube page, and they go and vote for, we vote for the calypsos. That, and at the end of it, we do something big, because we want to reward calypso,
Mhm.
not Calypsonians. They have made, because they might not get any recognition through the
Marcia,
through the NCF. Yeah, go ahead.
Marcia, sorry. Can you, there's a comment there by Kid Sight. Can you tell me what it is or what it was? I'm not
um
seeing it now.
okay, this is the one about the money, or about the Calypsonians.
This one here.
uh They said, but if they're rewarded financially in the competition, these young people will not change. Is that it?
Yeah, well, it was one just before that.
Just before that,
Imagine a Calypsonian something.
imagine. Okay, you keep talking. I'll find it for you. Yes, I found it.
What
Imagine a
is it?
calypso singer sing an entire song about Ralph Thorne, unprecedented. What does he mean? Explain.
Oh, there's a song. I heard like half of a song today for the first time. I think it's about Thorn. It may be Biggie Ivy. It may be Biggie. The entire song. Well, I didn't hear the end. I didn't hear the first verse, but it's
Right.
something
I
to do
think the
with.
first verse is talking about a comment that he made to Wilfred Abrams. I heard the Biggie Irish. Dave, if you can find the song. Dave, can you find the Biggie Irish song for us? If Dave could find it. I don't know what he's I don't know is he saying that the entire song should not be about Thorn? I'm trying to understand what he's saying.
Yeah, yes, I think that's what he's saying. But um, I I don't even I'm not even familiar with the comment. I don't even know when it took place, and I generally follow what's going on. But well, okay, for 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 writers, which Kid Sight definitely is. For writers, you go around Barbados, um, let's say in the early months of the year, and people will tell you, "Oh man, you got a lot to sing about this year." But generally, they're just for a seasoned writer. A lot of the stuff only makes up about 2, 3 lines in a song. There's nothing that we focus on to be in an entire song.
Mm-hmm.
But the public will see these little bits of issues, these little bits of statements as fitting into an entire song, but we don't. Established writers don't view it that way. So Kid
Yes.
Satan is absolutely correct.
Ah, okay. Well,
Uh,
let's hear the song. And this is, well, and after we hear this song, I'm going to keep you on here, and get you in a little trouble, but you don't have to comment. I want to talk about the emblems, because tomorrow, they have a meeting at this Queen's Park Steel Shed, concerning the emblems. And we're not sure why it is there in the middle of us running and skipping from gunshots. Why are we meeting about our flag? Why are we meeting about the coat of arms? Why are we meeting about the anthem? What's wrong with them? So I'm gonna call on your activists, part of being a Calypsonian, and look at a couple of things. But let's hear this song Please go ahead, Dave.
Ministers forcing me to do it. How you getting this anyway? How you got in this? How you got in this? How you got in this?
Big bassa bassa in the house of assembly. Very serious issue. It was quite thorny. Wilfred and Mr. Thorn in a political storm. Pandemonium in town. The whole procedure breaking down.
How you getting this anyway? How you got in this?
Ralphie asking how you getting this. Wilfred, how you getting this? Every time I start speaking, you come back in it. Wilfred, how you getting this? How you getting this? You got your big mouth running like a pipe leaking. How you getting this? Wilfred, how you getting this? Look, you is a big disgrace. You better know your place. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why them in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why them in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. Yes, this is G. Cornell reporting here for major malicious news. We here so in George Street. Mr. Blackett, Mr. Yearwood, what was saying? Talma. After them elections, when the BLP slaughter we made the decision that we must build back the party. Everything was going well, and anybody could tell. Then you came rapping, now the party topsy-turvy.
How you getting this anyway? How you got in this?
Steve asking how you getting this? How you getting this? You run from the BLP to come here and put out me. How you getting this? Ronnie asking how you getting this? I was the leader running the scene. You come and check me out clean. How you getting this? Tyra asking how you getting this? Look, we went to your street and shout and you get and you lock me out. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why them in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why them in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. Ralphie, 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 Ralphie. This is G. Cordell again, reporting for major malicious news. We cross Pistol in Robert Street. Madam Prime Minister, let me hear your take on it. Listen to me, Ralphie. This is the boss lady. You came here on bended knee and got opportunity. You don't have no loyalty to the B or the LP. You are just a photography in the side of everybody.
How you getting this anyway? How you got in this?
Me asking how you getting this? How you getting this? Look, my Mario is a waste. We didn't want you in the first place. How you getting this? How you getting this? You gonna cross over, get out money and take over. Girl asking how you getting this? How you getting this? Look, you can't be no boss, cause after election you lost. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why they're in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. People malicious and officious. They do scandalous and they dangerous. That is why they're in a mess. Cause stop minding people business. Ralphie, 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 Ralphie.
Wow. Well, I don't know how to judge Calypso. I think, let me put back up Mr. Site's comment. He says, never has a Calypsonian sang a song about an opposition leader. It is Biggie Irie. Signs of the times. And his opinion is that he's really frightened to sing about Mia Motley. Now, one of the things I noticed about the song I went and I looked up the writers of the song. I researched this song a couple days ago, and I smiled to myself. But it's interesting. I would love to hear your comment. Let me just read one more comment from somebody in the audience. This was a good comment. Somebody says, Big Irie, this is not the one I was looking for. There's somebody else was saying what sight means. Where's the person? Sight means that never before was a whole song done on opposition, instead as singing about the issues in the country. The NCF finance a lot of these songs, so don't expect anything different. I don't know. What are your thoughts about the song?
Actually, I try not to comment on people's songs until maybe after the season, because I once commented about someone's song about 20 years ago, and the person told me about it for many years. The guys are very.
Well, I'm gonna let you get into that.
All I'll say about it is it's a fun song.
It's a fun song.
It's a fun song.
It's a fun song. Okay, so we leave it at that. I'm
because
not.
I when I wrote The Chosen Few, I was told, I was reliably informed that some of the persons' names that were called were very upset. I can tell you for sure that since the song, I've seen two of the people whose names were in the song. One looked the other way, and the other one looked at me like, man, this. It was one of these, it looked like hatred. That's the best way I can put it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people get upset. You know, I imagine, because I am a person, I love calypso, I love culture. And you know, I either go to the semifinals or I like to go to the semifinals, because that's where you get to hear everybody, you know, most people. You know, and they come out with their best trying to get to finals. I prefer the semifinals, as long as I know it's long, but I prefer the semifinals. And I said to myself, you know, I'm now considered a public figure. I understand that. I'm not off limits, Mrs. Spencer. They probably they could sing about me. I could go there and they put me in the peacock or whatever they want. I will get up and dance and sing. It's a song. That's what Calypso is supposed to make a comment, commentary on what is happening. I kid you not. I would not get offended if somebody sings. I can see myself get up in a tent and dancing. They're singing about me, because that's what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know, it's supposed to be. I mean, once if it is something that's defamatory, then I guess the lawyers will deal with that. But it's a fun thing, and they're saying what I do, and that they don't like what I do. That is fine. It's their opinion in song. You know, their commentary in song. We can't.
That's why I liked Sir Lloyd Sandiford. You know, he used to come to All Stars when we were at Solidarity House and sit in the front row. MCs poked fun at him. Calypsonians sang about him. Sandiford came every year.
Every year. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
I would come and I would sit down in the front. My husband would tell you, I would get up and I will dance. And I'm going to go meet the person. If it's a good song and it's well written and so on, and I like it and like the melody, I will tell them. And I would make a joke out of it. People they've made memes about me and put it around. You know, when I first started, and I don't make up, it's you're out there. I'm not an
Yes.
egg. I don't expect that you're not going to hit me. I'm on here hitting on people, so I hit people on here. I hit them
Yeah,
hard.
that's what Owen Office told me. He told me at Solidarity House 1996 that
Mm-hmm,
he did not expect to be in office and not be sung about.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. After
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I think what David Pickard is saying, it's very interesting. He's saying, and I think I understand I understand him what he's saying, that usually the Calypsonians are dealing with the government of the day,
Oh yes.
right? I think I understand where he's coming from. It's not he's trying to say that Mr. Thorne is off limits.
Right.
He is saying that usually the Calypso is making a commentary on
Mhm.
the government of the day,
That,
right?
that's true. That's true.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
But he's saying it is a fun song. But when you check the writers of that song, and you will understand they're not gonna yeah. That's interesting. It's an interesting one. And it'd be wonderful to see where that song goes and how it goes. But I mean, Mr. Thorne should not. I'm sure he doesn't consider himself off limits. He shouldn't
Yeah.
be off limits. you know
Yeah.
but I understand what David what is what he's saying. But we're going to switch gears a little, and you can tell me if you can you spend another, we're 9:50, but I have to go for another 20 minutes. No calling tonight, guys. You see how tonight went, but stay with me. We're going to go right now to deal with the emblems and deal with this. We're calling this a false flag. It's a false flag that we're seeing. We're calling it a false flag, but we are going to ask the Prime Minister to give us an answer on this that we're seeing in the Parliament. And I don't know if Dave could start to put up this those pictures for us, and let me know if you, I know you guys, you have a lot going on, so let me know if you are going to, if you have to leave us. Do you have to leave us now?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay, I hope I don't, anyway, I don't have to worry about you. You're good. You're good. You're not scaredy cat. So we are going to deal with, let me gather my thoughts here, because this is important, as we are one day or a couple hours before there is this meeting about the emblems in Parliament. I mean, the emblems of Barbados. And when we talk about the emblems of Barbados, we're talking about the flag, we're talking about the anthem, we're talking about the pledge, we're talking about the coat of arms. Is that what you call it? We're talking about anything else that I missed there, Mrs. Spencer, in terms of emblems of Barbados?
No, I don't think so. But I haven't heard anything about this. This is news
Yes,
to me.
there is a meeting in the middle, which I found very strange. Our elderly are being burglarized, they're being raped, they're being chopped up with cutlass, people are being stabbed up, people are being shot, innocent people are being robbed, garbage men robbed of their chains, all kinds of things happening. But we're having a town hall about our emblems. Barbadians are encouraged. This is the Barbados government information service. Barbadians are encouraged to come out and share their views on the national emblems, symbols, and celebration that define the identity of Barbados during a national town hall meeting. And what time is that town hall meeting? 5:30 p.m. for it to start in Queen's Park, for people to leave there for gunshots. They don't know how they're getting home. But this government is calling us, Mr. Spencer, to have a discussion about our emblems. I don't. Is there something wrong with it, with the emblems? Did you know of that, Mr. Spencer? Is there
No,
an issue with our emblems?
that's news to me. I hope it's not. I hope it's not coming up for discussion, because there is that there's a plan to change them, because I don't know.
We've got to pay attention and listen. They have your celebrations. So what are the celebrations that are Barbadian that we have? We have independence celebrations, don't we? Independence Day. What else do we have? Because you can help me. That's Barbadian. That is national, and it surrounds who we are. We have independence. Is there another one? Anybody can tell me? I can't think of another one. Let me know if there's another one. I'm not talking about national holidays now. I'm talking about celebrations. So somebody write for me and tell me if I'm missing one, a celebration. So because this is saying to me that the Prime Minister said that when she wanted to change Independence Day to Republic Day, you remember that, what did she say? She said that, well, we will come back to this. They didn't change it that year, okay? They didn't change it that year, but they said that we will come back to it, okay? That's what they said. We are going to come back to this. All right. I'm not sure what Dave is looking for. We're not seeing anything on here right now. Right. Oh, National Heroes Day. Thank you. So we have National Heroes Day and we have Independence Day. So those could only be the two celebrations that they are talking about. I don't know which other celebrations they could be talking about. So celebrations is part of what they are planning to look at. Everybody open your eyes and your ears right now. Now, Dave, go ahead if you can, please, and put back this false flag. We're calling it a false flag that has been waving in Parliament since 2018, and people have not recognized it until the last time she was in Parliament on Tuesday. Dave, can you put that back for me, please? How many of you saw this? And what does this mean? That is a big question, Mr. Spencer, because let me see.
We're not hearing you.
Yes, you're hearing me now. Yes.
Yeah.
So, oh, now look at this carefully, guys. I want you to look at it. This is our Prime Minister. She is in Parliament speaking, and this is very pronounced. I mean, and these persons took the pain of putting this onto the platform, to her podium. She's got two tacks in it. Take a moment. Look, you see do you make out the coat of arms? Can you at least make that out, Colin?
Yes, it's there.
In your you have been living in Barbados for many, many years. I would say probably over 50 years, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you seen anything like this before? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, I've never seen anything like this. And you just wonder where it's leading. What will be the end result of this discussion?
That is interesting.